Hi, I'm Nico. I'm a senior at USC, double majoring in law, history, and culture, and non-governmental organizations and social change. It's a whole lot of words, and I don't like saying that. But yeah, so this is gonna be like a typical kind of day here at USC. Some of the things I like to do is honestly like try new food places in the area because I've recently just started a food blog, and I'm excited to show you what a day in my life here at USC looks like. All right, let's go. Typical day for me is a little bit different from other people because how I set up my schedule for classes is I stack all of my classes, all 16 units, onto 2 days of the week, so that way I have 3 days to do pretty much whatever I want. But on those days that I do have classes, I usually wake up around like 8 a.m. to shower, get ready. Usually I don't even eat, I just put my clothes on and then I head out the door because now that I live off campus, it's a little bit farther away than like living on a dorm on campus, but I do like living with all my friends and having the freedom of just like, I don't know, doing whatever I want in my own house. But after that, I usually go to classes at 9:30 a.m. for my RIT 340 class. And then after that, I usually wrap that up at around 11 a.m. And after that, I usually head over to Levy Library or Doheny Library to get some work in, answer some emails. And lately, because it's my senior year, I've been applying to a lot of jobs. So you'll be seeing me doing some of that. And then after that, I go to my next class at 12:30, which is US Gay and Lesbian History. And after I do that, I kind of go out and I go get some food, usually order through Uber Eats if I'm feeling lazy, which most of the time I am because I'm way too like not in the mood to walk or go anywhere. So I usually order it to campus and I pick that up and eat it outside. And then after that, I go to my last class of the day, which is Los Angeles crime fiction. And usually after that, I'll hang around campus for a little bit because I'm only on classes because I only have classes 2 days a week. I like to spend as much time as I can, and usually I'll be on campus until around 7 p.m. And then at that time, I'll usually go out to either some of my clubs that have activities going on, or after that, I'll usually just go out to Trader Joe's and head back home for dinner. All right, so right now we're in the center of campus. Right behind me, you can see, like the Tommy Trojan, Bovar, Doheny Library. But a lot of things are also always going on campus. There's always like some kind of event. And right now they're setting up for our game day this Saturday against Berkeley. But it's like, screw the Bears. So double major in law, history, and culture, and non-governmental organizations and social change.
Amazing. So explain each of those. Like what are those?
Law, history, and culture is pretty much like, it really is like history and like pretty much like the intersections of like law and policy and like the cultural kinds of like, I don't know, like different like groups. Like a lot of the classes, it really is like create like your own major almost. And it's like you pick what's like interested to you. They give you like a whole list of like classes and it's like, oh, pick 7 of these. And it's just like whatever you want to do. And it sounds really daunting, but it really isn't. Like it's probably like one of like the easiest majors, I would say, like to create something that like you really are interested in. And I feel like I've really made that like over the past several years I've been here at USC, being able to like pick the classes that like interest me and like the different kind of issues and topics that I actually do care about instead of like, like the random kind of classes that you just kind of get thrown at you. And it really gives me more flexibility. Like a lot of my housemates and roommates, like they're so jealous of me that I can put like my classes on 2 days a week because I can pick what the classes I want and they can't.
Right. And is your second major similarly structured in terms of flexibility and choosing your own
it's
path?
like there's a different like, what's that word? I don't know, like kind of topics. It's like, like addressing like social conflict or like studying the roots of like different social issues. Right. And then they'll give you like 10 different classes you can pick to be like, like how do you want to like address this social issue? You can learn either through like communications or like the public policy.
What's been your favorite class in each major?
I would say my favorite class in NGOs and social chains has been argumentation and advocacy. It's a class taken in the Annenberg School of Communications, and a lot of it has really taught me like how like public discourse kind of goes, and like how you need to like, I don't know, like control like the narrative and like argue like specific things and like get your points across within like a public setting of like the news or like, you know, like in a debate and a lot of like things. And it's been really like useful in like both political and like even just like normal like arguing and getting your points across, which I've really liked. And the professor was really sweet, and he like dressed up for Halloween over Zoom, and I really love him. He's been really great. But for LHC, my favorite class that I've taken is the history of discrimination at the university. It is like a whole semester long class where you do your own research project into like the different ways that like USC itself as an institution has like discriminated against students. And from that class, I got to do my own research, going into like actual archives and doing interviews myself to like get to like, I don't know, like my issue was like discriminations against the LGBT community during the AIDS epidemic. And that was like pretty much my whole research project. And I spent like every week going into archives, pulling out different documents. And then after that, I got to create a website that really like displayed all of like my research. And it was really fun, and I really enjoyed doing that.
Great. So we're in front of, this is Tommy Trojan?
Tommy Trojan, correct.
Are there any like traditions around him and such?
Like in the time before the big UCLA game, there's like an Oregon campus that camps out here. Like they duct tape it. Like their job is to pretty much like protect Tommy Trojan from UCLA, because like historically, like Tommy Trojan's been like vandalized by UCLA during like that time. So there's like a huge like group here that like tradition like stays here, guards it. There's always like people here for like, I don't know, like a week, I think.
Wow.
So they're here.
Intense.
And then there's another statue in the village actually where another org protects that statue from being vandalized. And then we have a dog statue over there, and then that gets like protected. They literally put it in like a dog house, and that's also protected. Like a lot of our statues just end up getting like protected.
These aggressive UCLA folks, wow. So what is social life like here at USC?
I would say, okay, social life at USC, like it's a big part of it. It's like going out. There's such like a going out kind of culture. And like, I would say like, it gets pretty like, not aggressive, but there's definitely feels like you have to like a pressure or expectation to like go out. Now that like looking back, now that I'm a senior, I'm definitely starting to feel like the burnt outness of everything. Like, I don't know, I was at like a party for Halloween, and I was just kind of like sitting around like talking with my friends, and I was like, I'm kind of tired already.
Like I'm tired, I'm gonna go
home. No, for real, like I was like, damn, y'all, like I need to lay down right now.
I get it,
like,
I get it.
Like I'm down to like sit down and like hang out with like my friends at like a bar or something, but I don't know how much more energy I got left for like the still like big partying.
Like I'm a senior now.
Yeah, my social battery has definitely like dwindled a little bit, but I don't know. I feel like an occasional party or clubbing every now and then, and I still indulge myself in going to those. So this is like the Center for Political and International Affairs. Used to be called like something else, but I think I mentioned this before in like the very first video I filmed. Like this building was named after like a eugenist, and then like over like the pandemic, like there was like a huge like kind of movement to like change the name and like fix it, because it's like, oh, why are we like promoting a eugenist and like naming one of our buildings after him and everything like that. So this whole building's like going through like a whole rebrand at the moment, or they've been working on it, but as you can see, like the flags are down, like the building has a new name. We have a new, like, it's named after, I think Dr. Joseph Crow, something like that. Just really like changing up the whole image of this building and everything. But yeah, just going to my US gay and lesbian history class right now.
Amazing. That's amazing. I mean, you kind of addressed this here, it kind of dovetails into it, but what advice would you have for a high schooler who's thinking of applying to USC, or conversely, what do you wish you had known? What do you wish someone had told you before coming to USC?
Study what you actually care about. I would say like that's probably like the biggest thing. Like tuition here is already like super hella expensive, and it's like, why would you waste so much time of your life doing something that you hate? It's like such like a waste of your time. It's gonna like waste your time in the future, and ultimately like you won't even like be satisfied with yourself. That's something that like I've realized over time, and I've seen it with like a lot of my friends who just realize that like, I don't know why I'm studying this, I hate this. And honestly, it's like never too late to change your mind. I have plenty of friends who like, it was their junior year and they were like, I hate this, like I need to do something different. And they changed their majors, they picked up minors to actually do what they wanted to do. And I'm really happy for them. Hey, if you like this video, be sure to subscribe to learn more about other universities like USC. Bye.